Hey everyone, welcome to this summary of Horizon 5's Update 14, the Donut Media series, and you could say there are some highs and some lows with this one. Let's start out though, as we always do, by running through the festival playlist. The Ferrari SF90 returns for 80 overall points in the series, and you can also grab the Alpine A110 for 160. Then Summer brings us a custom version of the Link. This is one of their actual race cars for the World Touring Car Cup, and I think it's a super rad car, but it's also nothing new. What honestly excites me more is the KZ1R coming back for 40 points, which for a few months now has been the one car I'm missing in my own collection. You'll also see throughout the week some Donut Media themed stuff in the playlist and the Forzathon shop. Week 2 in autumn brings us the Morris Traveler and 599 GTO for point rewards. Obviously the new and returning cars here aren't very related to anything Donut Media, but I'll take it. And we do get our Donut Media merch in the Forzathon shop again this week alongside the CC8S and Zonda R. Winter then brings us another odd pick, the Ford Wagon for 20 points and Zenvo ST1 for 40. And then nothing jumps out at me really here too much throughout the rest of the week, and the Forzathon shop is the standard fare as well, with a nice donut hoodie up for grabs. Then to wrap things up in spring, we're getting, you guessed it, another Morris Traveler for 20 points, and the 911 GT3 for 40. And again, nothing too crazy throughout the rest of spring, and the shop has a Donut Media hat, 720S Spider, and MC12 Corsa. Alright, so the elephant in the room. I have historically been a staunch defender of the cars added in updates. I'm a firm believer in the mentality that there's no reason to complain about free content. Free is always good, and the over 650 cars we already have is more than almost every other game in history. I have yet to drive all the cars in Horizon 5, so new cars aren't really what I focus on in these updates. They're just nice extras to me. But I gotta say here, especially coming off last month where we got no new cars, I was hoping this month would hit harder on the new to Forza cars, especially some newer Japanese models like the GR Corolla or new Z, and a Donut Media update seems fitting for that. Unfortunately, I can hear the comments in this video already. I think this update is going to disappoint, which is a bummer because there's some really good stuff here, and if it were paired with even one or two good new cars, I think it would end up being received a lot better. Either way, there's no need to focus now on what isn't here. Let's dive into the new content that we do have, starting with returning Rocket Bunny kits. They are finally back, 21 total kits returning for Horizon 5, which is going to be huge for amping up the customization options for some of our favorite tuners. And it could be interesting for shaking up the meta a bit as well, and make some cars more viable with a wide body. So I think this is something we can all really be happy about. Pretty much, I think every Rocket Bunny kit we've had before is back in Horizon 5. So even though we didn't get any new cars this month, 21 of the cars we already have just got better. Now let's move on to the major event and theme for this month. We're getting a new story. James and Nolan from Donut Media will be in Horizon to guide you through the Donut Media test track. You'll pick a starter car, and then we'll be able to upgrade and tune it live in the story on a custom test track. You can pick between a Cobra, 240, and Firebird, and can even rerun the story again to pick the other cars you didn't choose the first time. This is actually looking pretty interesting for a few reasons. For one, we've never really seen them let us upgrade cars on the fly in the world. Now, I don't think this is a huge technical leap. We know the cars are fully simulated already in the garage anyway, but it's still really cool to see, and I can only hope that this is some sort of a tech demo for allowing us to modify cars more seamlessly in the rest of the game. And second, this story actually does, in a small way, what I have set out to do myself in my YouTube career. Get people into building and tuning their own cars, and then testing them on a test track. Obviously, this is much more limited than what I usually go into, but it's still a good first step for beginners to understand the process and get some idea of what some upgrades and tuning adjustments can do. So I'm all for it. I think this is a super fitting collaboration for Horizon and a great story to add to the roster. Of course though, this is a whole Donut Media themed update, so we're also getting those new clothes you saw from the playlist, some chat phrases, some open world updates, like you'll see donut signs and actual donuts out in the open world, and some accolades attached to the story as well. We also know, and this is important, that this won't be the last we see of Donut Media in Horizon. James from Donut Media has said himself that both the high and low cars will be in the game. I'm curious what exactly that'll mean in the context of Horizon, but we'll see when the Donut Media Part 2 update drops. Alright, now aside from Rocket Bunny, this is actually the most exciting thing I've seen for this update. My fellow PC players will be happy to know that both DLSS and FSR are coming with this update. If you don't know what these do yet, they can significantly improve game performance by letting you run the game at a lower resolution and then intelligently upscaling the image back to your monitor's native resolution without much of a quality drop. It can lead to some massive performance gains without really sacrificing any visuals. NVIDIA users will also have access to DLAA, an anti-aliasing method that uses the same deep learning tech from NVIDIA to get rid of those dang jaggies. That's not all though, we also finally have access to ray tracing in the open world. This is actually huge. Up until now, ray tracing has only ever been active in the Forza Vista mode. This was a weird decision to make, and Digital Foundry even found a way around it near launch, even though it wasn't implemented super well. But that said, we now finally have real ray tracing in the open world while we're driving around and in races. So Horizon 5 is about to look and perform a lot better. And now finally, let's wrap up with the teaser image for next month, which it seems will be our holiday-themed update. It's kinda crazy that we've now had 2 winter holiday updates for Horizon 5 already. Time is moving way too fast, but it looks like the ice rink in the stadium is coming back, along with hopefully some good new cars. We'll see. And I would imagine Moulahay is going to be all spruced up again for the holidays like it was last year. And that just about does it. Again, I do think there's some great content in this update. So happy to have Rocket Bunny back and have all these new PC graphics options, but I really wish they would have rounded it off with at least one good new car. You know, SEMA is happening right now, and it would have been pretty rad to unveil some new kit alongside a 400Z in-game or something like that. There's always next month though, eh? Now just a quick final few notes here at the end of the video. They did address the leaderboard issues in this live stream. They're rolling out some fixes currently and are continuing to work on it for the future. Oh yeah, and the second expansion was just teased for an early 2023 release date. Alright folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.